Reverse stage 3, kidney disease, 3 nuts that protect your kidneys and 3 that damage them. Stage 3 kidney decline often creeps in silently. You may notice swelling, fatigue, or rising lab numbers without understanding why. What if part of the problem is hidden inside foods you snack on daily? This video reveals 3 nuts that protect your kidneys and 3 that can damage them in stage 3 kidney disease. Stay focused because the 4th one on the list might completely surprise you, and keep watching for a bonus habit at the end that supports kidney flow. Something small, crunchy, and naturally rich in protective fats is the first step toward easing kidney stress. Its mineral balance is gentle enough for weakened filtration, yet powerful enough to calm inflammation. We are starting with a nut known for stable antioxidant activity. Let's begin with walnuts. Walnuts often work quietly in the background, yet they can offer meaningful kidney protection for people with stage 3 kidney disease. Each handful provides a natural source of omega-3 alpha-linolenic acid, a type of fatty acid that helps calm inflammatory reactions inside the nephron structures. When inflammation eases, the small filters inside the kidneys are less likely to stiffen or swell. Cleveland Clinic nutrition researchers have noted that diets containing higher amounts of omega-3 fats often result in lower markers of renal inflammation, which can make a real difference for someone living with reduced kidney filtration. Walnuts also carry a noticeably lower phosphorus load compared with many other nuts, so they do not flood the bloodstream with minerals that damaged kidneys struggle to process. This matters because too much phosphorus can weaken bones, raise parathyroid hormone levels, and worsen kidney decline over time. Another helpful detail is that the potassium in walnuts is mild enough to fit safely into a controlled diet when eaten in small amounts. People with stage 3 kidney disease often need to watch their potassium intake because heavier amounts can accumulate in the blood when kidneys struggle to excrete it. Walnuts offer a manageable level that delivers nutrients without overwhelming the system. Their antioxidant compounds, including ellagic acid and a wide range of polyphenols, help the body neutralize harmful free radicals. These unstable molecules can damage kidney cells when they become too active, so supplying antioxidants through food can support long-term kidney health. Have you ever wondered why some foods leave you feeling more swollen or heavy, while others feel lighter on your body? Often the difference lies in inflammation and oxidative stress, and walnuts tend to work on both fronts. Eating 1 ounce of walnuts, which is around 14 halves, is usually enough to give meaningful benefits without too many calories. A midday or early evening portion works well because your digestive system is active, and your body has time to process the nutrients steadily. Many people enjoy walnuts alone, but combining them with berries or low-sugar yogurt can increase nutrient absorption and stabilize your blood sugar at the same time. This pairing also reduces the risk of overeating because the natural fiber and protein help create a gentle feeling of fullness. Do you normally eat nuts on their own, or do you prefer mixing them into meals? Small choices like this can influence how your body handles the nutrients. A simple walnut herb sprinkle is an easy way to bring flavor to salads without adding sodium that would strain kidney function. Crushed walnuts mixed with fresh herbs and a little olive oil create a savory topping that supports both heart and kidney health. A kidney-friendly walnut pesto made with basil and olive oil is also a smart choice. It avoids Parmesan cheese, which can be high in added sodium and phosphorus, 2 things that can become problematic for a kidney-friendly diet. This type of recipe gives you the creaminess and richness of a traditional pesto while keeping the mineral load controlled. Quality matters with walnuts. Raw and unsalted options protect you from excess sodium, processed coatings, and added sugars that often irritate the kidneys. Many flavored varieties contain preservatives or salt blends that increase fluid retention and can raise blood pressure, so they are not ideal for someone managing kidney concerns. Walnuts also spoil faster than some other nuts because of their high omega-3 content, so storing them in the refrigerator can help prevent oxidation. When walnut fats oxidize, they become unstable and less helpful, and some people experience digestive discomfort when eating rancid nuts. Walnut oils are sometimes used in cooking, but they can oxidize quickly when overheated, so they should never be heated aggressively. Because walnuts are calorie-dense, portion control is important. Eating more than the recommended amount can lead to unwanted weight gain, which adds stress to the kidneys over time since extra body weight often raises blood pressure and increases protein breakdown. Keeping your walnut intake moderate allows you to enjoy their benefits without unintended side effects. Now that this nut has been examined in depth and you understand why its unique nutrient profile can support your kidneys, it makes sense to move to another option that carries a very different combination of minerals and amino acids. The next choice works with kidney filtration in a steady and reliable way, while still being easy to include in daily meals. The nut that fits this description is pistachios. Before we move forward, I would love to know where you are watching from and what kidney symptoms you are dealing with right now. If you are trying to protect your kidneys because your kidney disease is stage 3 or above, make sure you subscribe to Kidnease and turn on the notification bell so you never miss guidance made for your condition. And if this content helps you, type 1 in the comments or type 0 if it does not. Pistachios offer a quiet strength that many people miss, and this matters a lot when someone is trying to protect kidney health through small daily choices. Each ounce carries a mix of potassium, vitamin B6, and plant-based protein that supports steady cell functions in the kidneys. And every one of these nutrients plays its own role in keeping filtration stable. Potassium helps nerves and muscles around the renal system contract in a controlled way, and this prevents sudden shifts in blood pressure that add strain to the nephrons. Vitamin B6 helps enzymes in kidney tissues manage amino acid processing with more accuracy, and this lowers the chance of metabolic waste building up in the bloodstream. The protein in pistachios is gentle compared to many other nuts, which reduces pressure on the kidneys because it does not flood the body with heavy nitrogen waste. Another important piece is L-arginine, an amino acid that strongly affects how blood travels through small vessels around the kidneys. Many people forget that kidneys filter about 120 to 150 quarts of fluid daily, which means they depend on clean and steady blood flow to keep filtration smooth. L-arginine supports the inner lining of the arteries by helping the body produce nitric oxide, and nitric oxide widens vessels enough to keep blood movement calm, and even research teams from Johns Hopkins Nutritional Physiology units have discussed how foods that improve nitric oxide production can support long-term vascular stability, and healthy vessels allow kidneys to filter toxins with less stress. Are you starting to see how one simple nut can influence so many processes inside the body? Pistachios also contain lower oxalate levels than many nuts, which matters because oxalates can combine with calcium and form crystals that may create strain for people with weak kidneys. Lower oxalates reduce the risk of forming stones that disturb the filtration pathway, and this makes pistachios a more kidney-friendly option when eaten in controlled servings. This becomes even more important for people who already deal with stage 3 kidney challenges, because their kidneys can handle lighter oxalate loads with more comfort and less irritation. A steady serving size is important, and 1 ounce or about 49 shelled pistachios works well for most people. This amount provides nutrient support without overwhelming the kidneys with too much phosphorus or protein. Many people eat nuts late at night, but pistachios fit better between breakfast and lunch because this timing avoids slow sodium handling during nighttime hours when the kidneys work at a lighter pace. Eating them earlier gives the kidneys more time to regulate minerals while the body is more active. There are simple ways to use pistachios without adding strain. A pistachio banana smoothie gives a low oxalate blend that keeps digestion stable and supports steady energy through the day. Crushed pistachios can replace breadcrumbs on chicken and provide crunch without adding salt or preservatives that make water retention worse. These small recipe choices help avoid hidden sodium and chemicals that force kidneys to work harder than they should. Buying the right type also matters: raw or dry roasted pistachios. Keep the natural nutrient profile intact and prevent excess oils or additives from disrupting kidney balance. Colored shells or strong artificial flavors often signal preservatives or dyes that may stress those who already have reduced filtration capacity. Labels should be checked for citric acid or preservatives because these ingredients may interfere with mineral balance. In people with kidney sensitivity, there are also mistakes that many people do not notice. Salted pistachios create water retention because the body pulls extra fluid into tissues to dilute the sodium, and this makes the kidneys push harder to remove the excess. Eating several ounces at once adds too much phosphorus, which forces the kidneys to regulate mineral levels more aggressively, and this can increase long-term strain. If you are finding this helpful so far, please take a moment to like this video. It may look small, but it tells YouTube that this information matters for people whose kidney disease is stage 3 or above, and it helps kidneys reach others who are trying to protect their kidneys every single day. If you feel others deserve this knowledge too, tap that thumbs up now. Now we move towards something a bit creamier and smoother as we shift our focus to a nut known for gentle fats and inflammation-calming nutrients. It holds a unique profile that often surprises people who are working to support kidney comfort, and its soft texture hides strong benefits that influence renal stability. This next option is called macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts offer a calm and steady support system for the kidneys, and their strength lies in how gently they work inside the body. They carry extremely low phosphorus compared to almonds or cashews, and this reduces the load that the kidneys must handle because phosphorus control becomes harder when filtration slows. Many people do not realize that even a small rise in phosphorus forces the kidneys to pull extra minerals from the blood to keep balance, and this slowly increases long-term strain. Macadamia nuts help avoid that problem because their natural composition places almost no pressure on phosphorus regulation. Have you ever checked how quickly phosphorus adds up through snacks that seem healthy at first glance? Their fat profile is another strong advantage. They are rich in monounsaturated fats, and these fats support better insulin sensitivity, which directly affects kidney workload. When insulin sensitivity improves, the body can move glucose into cells with less resistance, and this reduces the harmful spikes that damage tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys. Research teams from Harvard School of Public Health have studied how monounsaturated fats support healthier metabolism and protect vascular walls from the slow damage caused by unstable blood sugar. This matters because the kidneys depend heavily on strong microvascular networks to carry blood through the filtration chambers, and stable insulin function protects these networks day after day. Each ounce of macadamia nuts also offers thiamine, manganese, and copper in balanced amounts that help the body maintain energy production, antioxidant defenses, and connective tissue strength. Thiamine supports the enzymes that help kidney cells process nutrients more efficiently so toxins do not build up in the bloodstream. Manganese plays a role in antioxidant activity, which helps fight free radicals that slowly irritate kidney tissues. Copper helps form red blood cells that carry oxygen to the kidneys, allowing them to filter at a steady pace without fatigue. These nutrients may look small in number, yet they support major processes that protect fragile filtration areas. Does it surprise you how one small nut can influence so many systems at once? Macadamia nuts work best when eaten in modest portions. 8 to 10 nuts each morning create consistent support without adding too many calories or too much fat at one time. The kidneys usually perform better earlier in the day because hormone rhythms help mineral balance during active hours, so breakfast is an ideal moment. They also pair well with oatmeal that does not contain added phosphorus, and this combination gives slow energy release that prevents sudden blood sugar changes, which is important for kidney stability. There are simple and kidney-safe ways to use macadamias in daily meals. Macadamia coconut energy bites without dates reduce unnecessary sugar while providing a nutrient-dense snack that does not challenge the kidneys. A small layer of macadamia nut butter on toast gives a creamy texture without preservatives that may irritate people with filtration issues. These uses show how small changes in preparation can shape the way the kidneys handle nutrients across the entire day. Quality matters when choosing macadamia nuts. Vacuum-sealed and unsalted options protect the natural oils from oxidation and prevent sodium buildup that leads to water retention. Products roasted in seed oils often contain unstable fats that break down during heating, and these fats can increase inflammation that slowly harms kidney tissue. Dry roasted or raw versions avoid this problem and maintain the natural nutrient profile that provides kidney support. Even with all these benefits, macadamias should be portioned with care. They are very high in calorie density, and too many servings can lead to unwanted weight gain that raises blood pressure, and higher blood pressure pushes the kidneys to work harder. They should not be eaten alongside high phosphorus snacks because combining them with heavy phosphorus foods defeats their natural advantage and increases stress on the filtration system. Up to this point, we have discussed walnuts, pistachios, and macadamia nuts, which all offer gentle and supportive qualities for kidney health. Now we turn in a different direction because not every nut works in the kidneys. Favor. Some can create real challenges because of high oxalate levels, heavy phosphorus, or processing steps that add sodium. The first nut that raises concern is almonds. Almonds may look harmless, yet their nutrient structure places a heavy burden on kidneys that are already working harder than usual. They contain extremely high oxalate levels per ounce, and oxalates can bind with calcium inside the kidneys and form crystals that raise the risk of stones. When these crystals grow, they can irritate delicate filtration tissue and slow down the flow of fluid through the nephrons, and this becomes even more serious for people who already struggle with reduced kidney function. Kidney stone specialists from Mayo Clinic have noted that foods rich in oxalates often trigger repeated stone formation in sensitive individuals, which shows how powerful this nutrient can be inside the body. Almonds also carry a high phosphorus load, and this includes whole almonds, almond butter, and almond flour. Phosphorus adds pressure to the kidneys because filtration slows as kidney health declines, and the body cannot clear excess minerals with the same speed. Many people do not notice how quickly phosphorus rises when almond flour is used every day in baking or when almond butter is eaten in large portions, and this slow buildup can upset calcium balance and strain the entire filtration system. Almond milk creates another problem because many brands add stabilizers and phosphates that add more mineral load than people realize. These additives may look harmless on the label, yet they increase the amount of work the kidneys must complete. Each hour portion size plays a major role in how almonds affect the kidneys. Eating more than 12 to 15 almonds in one day may raise oxalate levels enough to increase crystal formation risk, and this chance grows even more when someone eats other high oxalate foods in the same day. People often make the mistake of replacing wheat flour with almond flour every day, and this exposes the body to large oxalate amounts that the kidneys cannot easily handle. Drinking 2 or 3 cups of almond milk with added phosphates creates another challenge because these minerals absorb quickly and push the kidneys to remove them just as fast. Now we shift toward another nut that surprises many people because it carries hidden phosphorus that often goes unnoticed until symptoms grow stronger. This next concern is cashews. Cashews may taste smooth and mild, yet their nutrient structure creates a level of strain that stage 3 kidneys cannot always manage. They contain a high amount of phosphorus along with a moderate amount of oxalates, and both of these compounds add pressure to the filtration units inside the kidneys. When phosphorus rises beyond what the kidneys can remove, it may alter mineral balance in the blood and force the body to pull calcium from the bones, which means the kidneys must then handle even more mineral waste. Oxalates add another concern because they can bind with calcium inside the urinary system and form tiny crystals that slowly irritate kidney tissue. Each day, nephrology diet researchers from the University of Wisconsin have pointed out that these 2 nutrients combined can add unnecessary workload to people already dealing with reduced filtration. Another issue comes from roasted cashews, because many brands coat them with sodium and preservatives that make the kidneys retain water. A sudden rise in sodium can thicken the fluid volume inside the blood vessels, and this adds pressure on the filtration process that already slows in stage 3. Cashews also contain a natural compound called anacardic acid, and in some people it may trigger inflammation, which stresses tissues that are already sensitive. This means even a small handful might push the kidneys to manage more inflammation-related byproducts. People dealing with kidney issues often do not realize how easily they can go over a safe serving. More than 1 ounce in a single day increases the mineral load far more than many expect, especially when other nuts or processed snacks are eaten that same day. Cashew-based vegan cheeses or sauces often use concentrated cashew paste, and this paste contains more phosphorus than whole cashews because it is denser. Salted cashews add another layer of concern as they contribute to fluid retention that slows kidney filtration even more. Before we go further, here is something I am genuinely curious about. Have you ever noticed bloating or stomach discomfort after eating cashews, and do they feel heavy on your digestion? Share your experience below, because these real stories help others understand how cashews affect different people. Now we shift our attention to a nut that many people think is harmless, yet it can quietly increase kidney stress when eaten often. The next concern is peanuts. Peanuts cause more kidney strain than many people realize because they are not true nuts, but legumes. And legumes often carry a higher chance of aflatoxin contamination. Aflatoxins are natural toxins from certain molds that can grow during storage, and food safety labs at the University of Georgia have shown that these toxins add pressure to the liver and kidneys because both organs work together to filter them out. When kidneys are already in stage 3 and filtration slows, even small amounts of these toxins can accumulate and irritate sensitive kidney tissue. This creates long-term stress that may not show symptoms right away, but continues to influence kidney function over time. Another concern comes from the high sodium content in many roasted peanut products. Because sodium raises fluid volume in the bloodstream and forces the kidneys to work harder to keep the balance stable. Even 1 salty handful can raise sodium intake faster than most people expect, and this can lead to water retention that makes kidney filtration even slower. Peanuts also contain a moderate amount of oxalates, and oxalates can form crystals when they connect with calcium inside the kidneys. These crystals can irritate the lining of the urinary tract and may eventually increase the chance of stone formation. Peanut butter also adds its own problems because many brands use hydrogenated oils and added sugar that increase inflammation in the body and raise the workload of the kidneys as they manage extra metabolic waste. Unsafe eating habits often appear in very common daily routines. Daily peanut butter sandwiches or multiple handfuls of roasted peanuts add more phosphorus, sodium, and oxalates than many people estimate, and this slow buildup increases the pressure on the kidneys each week. People sometimes believe that peanut butter is a harmless high-protein snack, yet the hydrogenated oils slow the natural filtering process and cause the body to hold on to more inflammatory markers. Flavored peanut products, such as honey-roasted versions, bring even more problems because they are usually coated with sugar, salt, and preservatives that demand extra work from the kidneys. A safer approach is to avoid these products and choose aflatoxin-tested brands only if peanuts are eaten rarely. Yet for most kidney patients, it is better to limit or avoid them. Before we go further, have you ever noticed that peanuts make you feel unusually thirsty or bloated and wondered why your body reacts that way? These reactions often point to how much sodium or additives your kidneys had to manage, so share your thoughts because your story may help someone else. We have now looked into almonds, cashews, and peanuts, and each one brings a heavy load on the kidneys. Now we turn to something different, a simple habit that helps the kidneys move waste more smoothly. The next technique is a gentle diaphragmatic rib mobility routine. Gentle diaphragmatic rib mobility works because the diaphragm connects to the lower ribs and creates more space inside the thoracic cavity with every slow expansion. And this extra space helps blood move more easily toward the kidneys. Physical therapists at Stanford Integrative Health Clinics explain that better rib mobility improves circulation around the abdominal organs, and improved circulation helps the kidneys receive more oxygen and nutrients that protect sensitive filtering tissue. Each breath also influences pressure inside the abdomen, and steady pressure changes stimulate the lymphatic system, which removes waste fluids that would otherwise increase kidney strain. Another reason this routine helps the kidneys is its effect on cortisol, because slow breathing has been shown to lower cortisol levels, and lower cortisol means less tension in the blood vessels that supply the kidneys. The kidneys are very sensitive to hormonal shifts, and when cortisol stays elevated, blood vessels tighten and filtration slows. So daily breathing practice supports a calmer internal environment. Sometimes people ask why such a simple routine matters, and the answer lies in how the body depends on steady movement of fluids, because stagnant fluids force the kidneys to work harder to keep balance. Have you noticed your breathing becomes shallow when you feel stressed? And did you realize that this pushes more pressure down toward your abdomen? To perform the routine, spend 5 to 7 minutes allowing the ribs to expand outward as you breathe slowly. Then add light side bends to help the ribs move in different directions so the diaphragm can glide more freely. You can sit or stand, and you need no equipment, but keep your focus on slow and full breaths so the diaphragm moves downward without force. Try this before breakfast or in the afternoon when tension often builds, because these times help the nervous system shift into a calmer rhythm. The biggest mistake people make is shallow chest breathing, since this limits airflow and increases upper body tension. And another mistake is holding the breath, because that raises abdominal pressure and creates more stress for the kidneys. A gentle rhythm always works better than a forceful one. Now that we have covered protective nuts, harmful nuts, and this supportive mobility routine, we will move into a brief and clear checklist. Walnuts give steady omega-3 fatty acids with low phosphorus that calm kidney stress. Pistachios support healthy blood vessels and stay low in oxalates, which keeps stone risk down. Macadamias provide the lowest phosphorus among common nuts and offer fats that reduce inflammation. Almonds bring a high oxalate load that can raise stone formation. Cashews carry dense phosphorus and often trigger inflammation. Peanuts add aflatoxin concerns and too much sodium in flavored versions. The bonus routine helps kidney blood flow through slow rib movement and better diaphragmatic control. If this video helped you understand which nuts protect your kidneys and which ones quietly harm them, then please do not leave without subscribing to Kidnease Subscribe, because we only cover topics that support people whose kidney disease is stage 3 or above. And if you feel like I understood your struggle and offered something that could make a real difference for you, type the word relief in the comments. I would love to know if this helped you.